So today we're going to be going over another part of speech. We're going to be learning about conjunctions. The objectives of today's lesson are that you will be able to explain the function of a conjunction, what is it that the conjunction does in a sentence. You'll be able to identify coordinating and correlative conjunctions, and you'll be able to diagram conjunctions that link nouns, link verbs, and that link modifiers. So conjunctions are used to join words or groups of words together. There are two main different types. Coordinating conjunctions always connect items of the same kinds. The acronym for coordinating conjunctions is FANBOYS, for and nor, but, or, yet, so. So my examples, it is raining cats and dogs. You have two nouns being linked together. In sickness or in health, these are two prepositional phrases because in is a preposition. And it rained really hard, but the rain stopped quickly. This is a compound sentence, meaning I have two independent clauses, two complete ideas being linked by the conjunction but. I would like to point out for usage that when you have two independent clauses being linked, you always have a comma before your conjunction separating them. If there is no separate subject, then you do not have a comma. That would be called a comma splice. So I used rain, it, and rain. Those are two separate subjects in the sentence. Correlative conjunctions connect items of the same kind, but they always come in pairs. So you have these examples here, either or, neither nor, both and, not only but also, and whether or. So some examples, both kittens and puppies are cute. One can adopt kittens not only at a shelter, but also from my neighbor. At a shelter and from my neighbor are both prepositional phrases. And either stop shouting or leave the library. Those are two complete ideas. Those are imperative sentences, so it's the implied you as your subject. The key thing here is for parallelism, sentence parallelism, you need to make sure that you are only linking items of the same kind. When you diagram conjunctions, they go on dotted lines. So in order to link single words, you split the horizontal line into as many lines as words are being linked. This applies for when you're linking nouns, so either your subject, you have a compound subject or a compound complement, or if you're splitting verbs. The conjoined words, whether it's a subject, object, or verb phrase, the split lines meet at one end of that part of the sentence. The vertical dotted line connects the lines, and the conjunction is written on the vertical line. So both kittens and puppies are cute. Just pointing out, it's a linking verb, so you have the leaning line. Jack and Jill neither ate nor drank a thing. My two conjunctions are and is a coordinating conjunction, and the correlative conjunction neither and nor. So I have a split here because I have two different verbs being completed by two different subjects. So this is how the splitters work. Jack and Jill obviously are split as a subject in the previous sentence that you guys saw. And then neither ate nor drank and a thing. That is a single object rather for these two verbs. So you have to link back together here before you have that vertical line saying here's the end of my simple predicate and beginning of my direct object. Now to point out, the and in this case goes inside this vertical line, the dotted line. Reason being, you can have more than two things linked together by a conjunction. So if I were to say Jack, Peter, and Pete and Jill neither ate nor drank a thing, you'd have to put that there. Obviously, the and would be in the way if it was on this side of the line, so I always put it on the inside. So go ahead and hit pause and give it a go to diagram these. At the very least, identify the parts of the sentence so as I begin to reveal the answers, it'll make sense to you. So hit pause, I'll start talking again in about 5 seconds. Okay, so let's look at the answers for these. For Mason sat and thought for a long time. So Mason is your subject, vertical line transecting the horizontal line. And what Mason did is he sat and thought. You have a splitter. These don't join back up because I don't have a direct object coming after them or any kind of a complement, right? So like on the previous slide, you guys had seen how they joined together. That was for a common direct object. That is not the case here. Now, how he sat and thought was for a time. What kind of time? A very long time. Very is your qualifier here. A is your indirect your article. And this could go under thought because that's what he did for a very long time. But I would say he both sat and thought for a very long time, in which case, if that's what I want to indicate, I put that off the horizontal line. So think about in the previous example that I had, on the previous slide that I had, where I have his mother, father, brother, and sister, like the color of the stucco and trim. Where would you put the his on this one? It could go under mother, but you might also want to put it off the main horizontal line because it would be his mother, his father, his brother, and his sister that the his is referring to. So all four of them, it would go off of the horizontal line. Otherwise, it's just off of mother. We'll get to that one in a sec. First, we'll do they were ugly but cheap, or they are ugly but cheap. They is your subject, vertical line cutting through. Are is a linking verb, saying they equals ugly but cheap. So here you have the split complement. This never joins up at the end. It only splits off there. And then finally, for the compound subject, mother, father, brother, sister, and links all those together. As I pointed out, his could accurately go under mother, but I think it's more accurate down here because I'm referring to all four of those people as his. They liked color. What kind of color? Color of stucco and trim. Here you have a compound object of a preposition. Again, splitting just like it would for any kind of an object coming off in that direction. There's no joining back over here. Conjunctions that link modifiers also go on a dotted line, but it's horizontal, not vertical, because the modifiers are already on a diagonal line. So the red and black car drove fast and recklessly. The is your definite article. Red, black, those are both adjectives describing car and is linking them together. Fast and recklessly are both adverbs modifying how it drove. And then also for modifiers, you have prepositional phrases. Same thing. You're going to have the dotted line horizontally with the conjunction on top. So Bernie walked across the bridge and into town. So what you should do now is complete the practice sentences and check your answers with the answer key. Rewatch the video as you go if you need to do it. If you find that you're missing a lot of things on the answer key, go back and watch this video again and see if you can't make more sense of it. Take the exit quiz as many times as you need until you get a perfect score, and then please take the exit survey on Schoology. That way I know if we need to spend a little bit of time in this class or if I should just catch you and we should go over it individually. That's all I have about conjunctions. Layered out.